Welcome to our journey through the real history of inventions. Today, we'll uncover the fascinating and sometimes surprising stories behind the world's most important innovations. From ancient tools to modern marvels, inventions have shaped the way we live, work, and connect. But behind every great idea, there's a tale of creativity, persistence, and sometimes even unexpected twists. Let's set the stage for an exploration that goes beyond the myths and legends, diving deep into the true origins and impacts of inventions that changed the world. Before we dive into specific stories, let's clarify what an invention really is. An invention is a unique device, method, or process developed from study and experimentation. It's not just about creating something new, but also about solving problems or making life easier. Throughout history, inventions have ranged from simple tools to complex machines, each reflecting the needs and creativity of their time. Understanding this helps us appreciate the ingenuity behind every breakthrough, big or small. Wheel is often hailed as one of humanity's greatest inventions, but its history is more complex than you might think. The earliest known wheel dates back to around 3500 BCE in Mesopotamia, but it wasn't initially used for transportation. Instead, it was part of a potter's tool. Only later did people realize its potential for carts and vehicles. This evolution shows how inventions can start with one purpose and transform society in unexpected ways. When we think of paper, we imagine books and letters, but its invention in ancient China had far-reaching effects. Invented around 105 CE by Kailan, paper revolutionized communication, record-keeping, and education. It replaced heavier materials like bamboo and silk, making information more accessible. The spread of papermaking techniques across the world marked a turning point in human history, fueling the rise of literature and science. Printing press, invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century, is often credited with sparking the Renaissance. But did you know that movable type printing existed in China centuries earlier? Gutenberg's innovation was in making printing practical for Europe, leading to mass production of books and the rapid spread of knowledge. This invention democratized information, making it possible for ideas to reach more people than ever before. Gunpowder was discovered in 9th century China by alchemists searching for an elixir of immortality. Instead, they stumbled upon a mixture that would change warfare forever. Initially used for fireworks and signals, gunpowder's military applications soon became clear. It spread to the Middle East and Europe, transformed battles and empires, showing how inventions can have unintended and far-reaching consequences. Magnetic compass, first developed in China during the Han Dynasty, revolutionized navigation. Before its invention, sailors relied on stars and landmarks, limiting long-distance travel. The compass made it possible to explore unknown seas, opening up trade routes and connecting distant cultures. Its impact on exploration and commerce cannot be overstated, making it one of history's most influential inventions. Eyeglasses were invented in Italy around the 13th century, transforming the lives of those with poor eyesight. Early lenses were simple, but they allowed scholars and craftsmen to work longer and more effectively. Over time, improvements in lens making led to microscopes and telescopes, opening up new worlds of discovery. This invention shows how solving a simple problem can lead to profound advances in science and medicine. Timekeeping has always been important, but the mechanical clock, first built in medieval Europe, changed everything. These early clocks used gears and weights to keep accurate time, allowing for more precise scheduling in daily life, work, and religious practices. The invention of the clock paved the way for scientific progress and the modern world's obsession with punctuality. Steam engine, perfected by James Watt in the 18th century, powered the Industrial Revolution, but its roots go back to earlier inventors like Thomas Newcomen. Steam engines transformed factories, transportation, and cities, making mass production and rapid movement possible. This invention not only changed industry but also reshaped society, leading to urbanization and new ways of living. Electricity is everywhere today, but its harnessing was a gradual process. Pioneers like Benjamin Franklin, Alessandro Volta, and Thomas Edison each contributed to our understanding and use of electricity. From the first batteries to the light bulb, these inventions illuminated homes and powered new technologies, forever changing how we live and work. Alexander Graham Bell is famous for inventing the telephone, but he wasn't the only one working on it. Elisha Gray filed a similar patent on the same day, and others like Antonio Meucci had earlier prototypes. The story of the telephone is a reminder that inventions often emerge from a race of ideas, with multiple inventors contributing to the final breakthrough. Thomas Edison is often credited with inventing the light bulb, but he built on the work of others like Humphrey Davy and Joseph Swan. Edison's real achievement was creating a practical, long-lasting bulb and a system for delivering electricity. This story highlights how inventions are rarely the work of one person, they're the result of collaboration and improvement over time. WrightBrothers are celebrated for their first powered flight in 1903, but many inventors contributed to aviation. Otto Lilienthal's glider experiments and the work of countless engineers paved the way. The story of flight is one of persistence, trial and error, and the courage to dream of soaring above the clouds. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin by accident in 1928 when he noticed mold-killing bacteria in a petri dish. This chance observation led to the development of antibiotics, saving millions of lives. The story of penicillin shows how luck, observation, and scientific curiosity can combine to create world-changing inventions. The computer wasn't invented by just one person. Charles Babbage designed the first mechanical computer, Alan Turing developed the concept of a universal machine, and later, innovators like John von Neumann and Grace Hopper advanced the field. The computer's history is a tapestry of ideas, each building on the last to create the digital world we know today. Internet's roots go back to the 1960s with projects like ARPANET. It wasn't a single invention but a network of ideas and technologies developed by many people. The internet has transformed communication, commerce, and culture, making the world more connected than ever before. Its story is still being written as technology continues to evolve. Vaccines have saved countless lives, but their development was a long process. Edward Jenner's smallpox vaccine in the 18th century was just the beginning. Over time, scientists developed vaccines for many diseases using new techniques and technologies. The story of vaccines is one of perseverance, scientific discovery, and the ongoing fight against illness. The automobile wasn't invented overnight. Early steam-powered vehicles appeared in the 18th century, but Carl Benz's gasoline-powered car in 1885 set the standard. Over time, improvements in engines, safety, and design made cars accessible to millions. The story of the automobile is one of constant innovation, shaping how we travel and live. Radio changed the way people received news and entertainment. Guglielmo Marconi is often credited with inventing radio, but Nikola Tesla and others also played key roles. The development of radio was a global effort, connecting people across distances and laying the groundwork for future communication technologies. Television brought moving images into homes, changing entertainment and information forever. Inventors like John Logie Baird and Philo Farnsworth developed early TV systems, each building on the work of others. The rise of television created a shared cultural experience and paved the way for today's multimedia world. Plastic was first created in the 19th century as a substitute for ivory. Leo Baekeland's invention of Bakelite in 1907 marked the start of the modern plastics industry. Plastics revolutionized manufacturing, making products cheaper and more versatile. However, their widespread use has also led to environmental challenges, reminding us that every invention has consequences. For refrigeration, preserving food was a constant challenge. The invention of mechanical refrigeration in the 19th century changed diets and health forever. It allowed for safer storage and transportation of food, reducing spoilage and expanding culinary possibilities. Refrigeration is a perfect example of how inventions can improve everyday life in ways we often take for granted. Camera's history spans centuries, from early pinhole devices to today's digital wonders. Louis Daguerre's daguerreotype in the 19th century made photography practical, while later innovations brought color and instant images. Cameras have changed how we remember, share, and understand the world, making history personal and accessible. The bicycle was invented in the early 19th century, but its design evolved rapidly. Early models like the Dandy Horse had no pedals, while later versions added chains and gears. The bicycle democratized personal transportation and inspired new forms of sport and leisure, showing how simple inventions can have wide-reaching effects. Safety pin, invented by Walter Hunt in 1849, is a perfect example of simple yet effective design. Hunt created it to pay off a debt, but his invention became a household staple. The safety pin's enduring popularity shows that even the smallest inventions can make a big difference in daily life. Velcro was invented by Swiss engineer George de Mestral in 1941 after he noticed burrs sticking to his dog's fur. This observation led to the creation of a new fastening system, now used in everything from clothing to spacesuits. Velcro's story is a reminder that nature often inspires the best inventions. Percy Spencer discovered microwave cooking by accident in 1945 when a candy bar melted in his pocket near radar equipment. This led to the invention of the microwave oven, revolutionizing how we prepare food. The microwave's story shows how unexpected moments can lead to everyday conveniences. The zipper was developed over several decades, with Gideon Sunback's 1913 design becoming the standard. Originally used for boots and tobacco pouches, zippers are now everywhere. This invention highlights how persistence and refinement can turn a good idea into an essential part of daily life. Aspirin's active ingredient, salicylic acid, was used in ancient times, but it wasn't until the late 19th century that Felix Hoffmann created a stable form for Bayer. Aspirin became one of the world's most widely used medicines, showing how ancient remedies can inspire modern science. Jonas Salk's polio vaccine in the 1950s was a turning point in public health. Developed through years of research and testing, the vaccine helped eradicate a devastating disease. The story of the polio vaccine is one of hope, collaboration, and the power of science to change lives. The personal computer revolution began in the 1970s with pioneers like Steve Wozniak, Steve Jobs, and Bill Gates. Early computers were large and expensive, but new designs made them accessible to homes and offices. The personal computer changed how we work, learn, and communicate, ushering in the digital age. Mobile phones have come a long way since the first call in 1973. Early models were bulky and expensive, but rapid advances made them smaller, smarter, and more affordable. Today, mobile phones are essential tools for communication, work, and entertainment, showing how inventions evolved to meet our changing needs. Global Positioning System, or GPS, was developed by the U.S. military in the 1970s and opened to civilians in the 1980s. GPS has transformed navigation, making it easy to find our way anywhere in the world. This invention is a testament to how technology designed for one purpose can benefit everyone. Solar panels convert sunlight into electricity, offering a clean and renewable energy source. The first practical solar cell was developed in 1954 by Bell Labs. Since then, solar technology has advanced rapidly, helping to address environmental challenges and power homes, businesses, and even spacecraft. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in 1989, making it possible to access and share information online easily. The web transformed the internet from a tool for scientists into a global platform for communication, commerce, and creativity. Its invention marks a turning point in the digital age. 3D printing or additive manufacturing allows objects to be created layer by layer from digital designs. First developed in the 1980s, 3D printing is now used in industries from medicine to aerospace. This technology is changing how we design, produce, and even think about manufacturing. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the result of decades of research in computer science and mathematics. From early theories by Alan Turing to today's advanced machine learning, AI is transforming industries and daily life. The story of AI is ongoing, with new breakthroughs happening every year. CRISPR is a revolutionary gene editing technology developed in the 21st century. It allows scientists to precisely alter DNA, opening up new possibilities for medicine, agriculture, and beyond. The story of CRISPR is still unfolding, but its potential to change life as we know it is immense. Electric cars have been around since the 19th century, but recent advances in batteries and technology have made them practical for everyday use. Companies like Tesla have pushed electric vehicles into the mainstream, helping to reduce emissions and reshape the auto industry. Smartphones combine the power of computers, cameras, and communication devices in your pocket. The first smartphones appeared in the 1990s, but Apple's iPhone in 2007 set a new standard. Today, smartphones are indispensable, shaping how we interact with the world and each other. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have transformed how we communicate and share information. Emerging in the early 2000s, social media has connected billions of people, creating new opportunities and challenges for society. Its story is still evolving as technology and culture change. Drones, or unmanned aerial vehicles, were first developed for military use but are now used in photography, delivery, and even agriculture. Advances in technology have made drones more affordable and versatile, opening up new possibilities for business and recreation. Wearable technology like smartwatches and fitness trackers blends fashion with function. These devices monitor health, track activity, and keep us connected. The rise of wearables shows how technology is becoming more personal, integrating seamlessly into our daily routines. As we've seen, the real history of inventions is full of surprises, collaborations, and unexpected turns. Each invention builds on the ideas and efforts of those who came before, shaping our world in ways we often overlook. The future holds even more possibilities, as new challenges inspire the next generation of inventors. By understanding the true stories behind inventions, we can better appreciate the creativity and perseverance that drive human progress.